Now let's take a look at a binomial expansion question. Write down and simplify the first three terms in the expansion of 1 plus 3x raised to power 6 in ascending power of x. Now let's take a look at the word here, ascending. That will give us an idea that we're going to start with the lowest power of x all the way to the highest powers of x. So you have two options here. You either take 1 raised to power 6 or 3x raised to power 6. But because of this word ascending, I want to start with x raised to power 0. Meaning I will start with the constant raised to power 6 so that I do not get any term in x. So the first term here, I'm going to do with this one is, I'm going to take 1 raised to power 6. So you don't see any x term in there, which means x is raised to power 0. So if you're good here, the next term here, I'm going to write out the binomial coefficient, which is 6, 1. And because we know 1 power of 5 is still 1, so we usually do not write it. So we'll start by writing 3x raised to power 1. And I'll continue with the next term, which is 6 to 3x raised to power of 2, because 1 power of 4 is still 1. So when you see 1 here, we usually do not write for the next two terms. Now also take note that this one here, 6, 2 in your calculator, to find 6, 2, you're going to key in as 6C2 in your calculator to get the value. And we have done 3 terms, which is required by the question. So we'll stop here. And I'm going to find out what's the next one by simplifying the binomial coefficient and also the number here. So 1 power 6 is 1. 6C1 times 3, I will get 18x. And the next one, 6C2. Be careful over here, you're going to multiply by 3 square, which is times 9, okay? And I will get 135x squared. So we are done with first part of the question. Let's take a look at the next part. Hence, find the value of a and of b in the expansion of 1 plus ax plus bx squared multiplied by 1 plus 3x raised to power 6 if the coefficient of x and x squared are 23 and 223 respectively. Now, let me replace the answer for this one here to 1 plus 3 raised to power 6 for the next part of question. So what I get is 1 plus ax plus bx squared. I'm going to replace the bracket with this answer. So I have 1 plus 18x plus 135x squared and so on. I'm given that x and x squared coefficient. Let me write down here on the right hand side. I will have 23. This is coefficient of x. And then I will have 2 to 3, which is coefficient of x squared. I'm only given this 2. So what we're going to do is, we're going to try, this is multiplication bracket, so we're going to try and multiply these two to get coefficient x first. So what I can see is that I'm going to link 1 with 18x, which will give me 18x. And this one here, ax, I'm going to link with 1. So I'll get ax. So what I have here is 18x plus ax is my term in x when I multiply these two together. So I'm going to compare the coefficient right now. I'm going to just take the coefficient, which I will have 18 plus a equals to 23. So a answer will be 5. Now let's take a look at the coefficient of x squared then. How are we going to link here? We're going to link bx squared with 1, ax with 18x, and 1 with 135x squared. Now let's take a look at 1 by 1 here. 1 times 135x squared, I'll get 135x squared. And ax times 18x, I'll have 18ax squared. And the third one, bx squared times 1, I'll have bx squared. So let me add this coefficient and compare 2 to 3. So I have 135 plus 18a plus b equals to 2 to 3. And since we know a is 5, we're going to replace last step, bringing this constant to right side minus. So I have 2 to 3 minus 135 minus 18 times 5. I should be getting the answer negative 2. Okay, this is a question for binomial expansion.